and welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. We are going to go ahead and be doing a Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers. I'm going to give you all the details, but first, let's get into the intro.
Is this on? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
No pressure. Look, I got them blessings. Wonder why I'm feeling extra.
Y'all, when I tell you guys that this Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers is delicioso, okay. I am going to be showing you guys this recipe, and it's very quick, very easy, very fast and fundamental, y'all. So as you guys saw, I had 6 bell peppers, and I went ahead and I chopped them in half, took the tops off, and yes, I used those tops because we are not wasting food here. I went ahead and I cut them in half. I rinsed it off, took all the seeds off, and I just drained the water as best as I can. I went ahead and I laid it on an unseasoned. Don't put no oil or anything. The peppers are going to create their own water. So just put it on a plain baking sheet. If you want, you can align it with aluminum foil. That's up to you. And just arrange it in the best way you know how so it can just evenly cook. And we're going to put those tops on there because, like I said, we not wasting nothing. Okay guys, so as you see here, I have my 2 pans on the stove. I already put some of my grapeseed oil in there. I turned my oven to 400 degrees and I placed them in the oven for about 30 minutes. The stuffed bell peppers are going to be cooking while I create the filling. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take out my bella mushrooms and I'm going to wash them off, get all that dirt and everything off, and I'm going to slice them up real nice. And I'm going to put them in a bowl, okay? So you don't have to make them, diced, or you don't have to make a fancy cut. Just slice them because once you cook them, they're going to shrivel up anyway, and it's just going to be in the mixture. But I definitely want to say, guys, that this recipe is great if you're somebody who wants to do low carb, or you're doing keto or something of that sort, but it's not missing any flavor. You're still getting that authentic Philly cheesesteak flavor without all the extra calories. So this is definitely something I like to go to in, in a week, at least maybe once a month. So right here I have my red onion. I'm gonna go ahead and slice them up. Yes, slice. Try to get them as thin as possible, okay? That just creates for evenly cooking. Just make sure you don't chop your fingers off, y'all. Be careful. Be careful. Next thing we have here is Cracker Barrel cheese, extra sharp cheddar, y'all. That is one of my favorite cheese, Cracker Barrel. It is so delicious, so creamy, so cheesy. I'm just cutting them into squares. I thought I was only gonna need half of the cheese block, but I wound up needing the whole thing. And this is what we're gonna go ahead and use for the topping, okay? So now we got our pans on the burner. I showed you guys the grapeseed oil that I'm using. I have 2 packets of the Steakums frozen steak. I have 1 jar of whipped cream cheese, and I have my bowl of the sliced red onions and the sliced red pepper. So let's go ahead and open this box. Actually, let's open both of the boxes. I don't know, y'all. This box took so long to get open. I don't know what they was trying to do. It was like child-proof. I was sitting there opening. I had to edit and cut out me opening the box just so you guys won't have to watch. So both of the pans are about on medium heat. I'm taking each Angus steak. I'm sorry, they're not Angus steaks. They're frozen steaks, okay? I actually just found out that they sell Angus steak. That's probably why I mentioned it. It comes in a black box. That's new to me. So I put them in a pan, and I went ahead and I was checking the peppers to see if they were done, but they weren't done. So even though I put it in for 30 minutes, I had put it in for an additional 15, okay? I'm gonna have scooped some jarred garlic. Yes, y'all, I'm using jarred garlic. I have fresh garlic, but I'm not chopping it up this time. I'm just gonna saute it, sweat it out, get that flavor, incorporate it into the pan, and then I'm gonna add my onions and I'm gonna add my mushrooms, okay? Try to get every last drop because we ain't wasting what? We ain't wasting nothing, okay? Just sauteing it, stirring it around. Got the steak over there still cooking, and I'm just waiting for the vegetables to sweat out more of the liquid so I can go ahead and season it. So now you see I'm just moving it around. I flip the steak around. I just want to make sure that everything is cohesive. Everything is moving how we want it to move because we are going to cook with love today, y'all. By the way, if you guys are not subscribed and you did not like this channel, go ahead and do that. What I want you guys to do is clock in. Make sure that every single investment that you're putting towards yourself, that you are clocking in for it so you can get that return, okay? So make sure we clock in. And when I say clock in, it just means like, subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy the video. So some of the seasonings that I just used was the Kinder's buttery blend. I have my Creole seasoning. I have my adobo. I have my paprika. I'm just putting this on the vegetables and I'm putting it on the steak, okay? And you gotta make sure that you clean as you go. Do not go to the end of the time of you cooking and then you gotta wash all those dishes. Let's wash as we go. You know, enjoy the video of me getting nice and clean, getting all up in there, clean everything. Okay.
If you take me, I'll go even to the unknown. And I'll be right here, and I'll meet you there. You won't leave me alone, even in the unknown. And I'll be right here, and I'll meet you there. Yeah. I've been through the fire, I've been through the storm.
I just want to add to this, guys, make sure that when you are cooking that you have two separate cutting boards, okay? You can have multiple, but make sure you at least have two. One that you want to use for your produce and another one that you want to use for your raw meats. So this one in particular, my largest one, I use that for my vegetables. I can also use it for pre-cooked meat as well because, you know, it's already cooked, so I don't have to worry about any cross-contamination. You want to make sure you keep your kitchen nice and clean, but you also want to make sure you keep whoever you are cooking for clean. Now, mind you, not everyone is clean. Some people, they got roaches in the house, and that's fine. We're not judging nobody with roaches in the house. But what I will say is make sure that your house, if you're listening to this, make sure that your house is clean and make sure that you're keeping your stuff together, okay? I'm just really glad that you guys are here today. I'm just so excited. My first YouTube video, y'all. And if you guys like content like this, let me know. And if you are interested in any kind of recipe that I possibly may be cooking or something that you want to see me cook, let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Okay, so here we went back. We went ahead and we stirred our vegetables. We stirred our meats. I'm going to chop it up with the tongs to try to get them as small as possible. And look at that steam, y'all. I love me some good old cooking, okay? Stir that pan, swoop that pan, make it your own. Even if you don't know how to cook, this recipe is so easy that you don't even need to keep making, you know, simple stuff, microwave stuff, ramen noodles. This is so easy. So right here, I'm just whipping up the cream cheese even more. And I added about, I want to say about half of the jar, okay? I'm stirring it into the onions and peppers and garlic. And this is going to make the sauce very creamy, so creamy and delicious and delightful, okay? So make sure you add half. If you want it extra creamy, you can put the whole entire jar in there. But for me personally, I just only did half. Chopping up the meat a bit more. I want all of the meat to be brown, okay? We do not want no pink meat. Don't try to kill nobody. Don't try to kill your husband. Don't try to kill your children. Don't try to kill nobody, okay? Right now, we're just checking on the peppers. We're seeing if it's done. And they look delicious and they're done. I'm just going to keep them inside of the oven until my mixture is ready. So I went ahead and I tasted the mushroom mixture, and I seen that it needed a little bit more seasoning. I just added a little bit more of the Tony's Creole seasoning, and you can add whatever you'd like, but that's what I put in mine, and it turned out great. So the meat is nice and cooked. I'm chopping it up. I'm transferring the meat now to the onions and mushroom mixture so I can mix it all together, and we can go ahead and stuff those peppers. Yes. another tip I want to give you guys is make sure that you taste as you go. You know, don't be nasty and keep using the same spoon if you're cooking for other people. Now, mind you, I am cooking for myself, so I don't really use the same spoon all the time. Maybe I'll use it once or twice, but then I change it. But as you saw, I added some of Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning. I put that in there. I took my peppers out and I'm just draining the water. I'm lifting them up slightly so any excess water residue is running down. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and stuff the peppers. I'm putting in about, I want to say it's about 1 spoonful of the peppers and putting them in there, making sure that they're nice and stuffed. And surprisingly, guys, those 2 boxes, they stuffed those peppers really good. Like all 5 of them. I had 6, but one of them was bad, so we only had 5. So stuffing them, making sure that they look nice and presentable. And then, guys, right after we stuff it, we are gonna put our delicious extra sharp cheddar Cracker Barrel cheese on top. Okay, and for each one I did probably, I want to say about maybe 2 or 3. Most of them had 3, some of them had 2 because I started to run out, and some of them were also extra thick, so it was just like enough. So I went ahead and I put those on top. I'm going to stick them back in the oven so they can brown. And I put them in there for approximately 16 minutes on 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So those can get nice and brown. Let's go ahead and wait. And while we wait, guys, let's go ahead and backtrack and wash them dishes, y'all. Scrub. Get it clean. Make sure you clean as you go. It's just, you know, godliness is next to cleanliness, okay? So we just want to make sure we keep that kitchen clean. We want to make sure everything is nice and sanitized as much as possible while we're waiting for those peppers to finish cooking.
If you take me, I'll go even to the unknown. And I'll be right here. Then I'll meet you there. You won't leave me alone, even in the unknown. And I'll be right here. Then I'll meet you there.
I've been through the fire, I've been through the storm. Seen a lot of love, I've seen a lot of war. Took a lot of losses, then I took some more. Even through it all, I know you fighting for me. Through all my lowest days, when I was losing faith, through all the tears and pain, still though I wouldn't trade. None of it wasn't it all, making me something better than what I've been. And I want it, I'm loving it, let's run it, I'm saying. When I'm low, still I know that I'm not alone. I lean on you and I know you'll keep me strong. Rose up, tryna rise up, had to dead end. Every day I wake up, I'm resurrecting.
If you take me, I'll go even to the unknown. Then I'll be right here.
Make sure you guys are also cleaning the stove. Make sure that, you know, any kind of residue, any kind of grease that could be on the backsplash, could be on the wall. Make sure you guys are washing it off and making sure it's nice and tidy when the food come out. Okay. Just getting the nitty gritty, just going over it, making sure I show you guys my cleaning process because that's very, very important in being a home cook. So I went ahead and I opened up the oven. I took my bell peppers out and look at my little cute little oven mitts I got from TJ Maxx. They are so adorable, y'all. I love them. And I think I only paid like maybe $8.99. So here is a little fun action of the Philly Cheesesteak Stuffed Peppers. The cheese is oozing and goozing. The peppers are nice and soft and brown. And then you have the meat. It has that nice little crisp to it. I am just so excited to dig in, y'all. I'm just going to give y'all a little bit close up. You know, I wish I was here to taste it, but that's why I'm sharing this recipe for you guys to also enjoy it yourselves, okay? Just look at that goodness. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, if this is not something in your cycle of cooking, I don't know why you don't want it on there because it is so good. Just look at that goodness. We also have a special guest star today, so get ready. It is King Jesus, okay? Let me go ahead and pull out this beautiful plate, this beautiful meal today, y'all. I didn't tell you guys that we had a special guest because I didn't want y'all to run away. But guess what? He is here and he is here to stay. And I also gave him some marine greens kombucha so he can process that. But I went ahead and I cut his pepper, and I had him a little side salad with a little ranch on top, and we are going to enjoy this together. What a lovely meal to share with King Jesus. And that's just a little bit of a close up so you guys can see it in detail. We're about to enjoy this meal, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe, and look forward to more content. Bye.